All right, let's get to some news. So this week has been the confirmation hearing of Ketanji Brown Jackson. I almost screwed that up because every single
Damn
racist,
Democrat.
every single racist has been butchering her name, and that includes basically everyone. Ketanji Brown Jackson. I've actually had an easier time with her name than Jay has with every single white person name.
Yes, like her last name is Jackson.
I keep, you know, what's probably, you ever watch Chappelle Show?
I have.
Remember the beginning of the second season? They did the instead of Samuel Adams, it's Samuel Jackson's.
Oh
I
yeah.
just can't help but think of Ketanji Brown Jackson yelling in a Samuel L. Jackson voice, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
It's so good. It's so good.
I just can't. So she has been under the gun on Capitol Hill, and a lot of things have basically been. I mean, look, we pretty much know that Ketanji Brown Jackson is going to be confirmed to the Supreme Court, being Biden's first pick to the Supreme Court after basically forcing Stephen Breyer to retire. And there haven't been many moments that really stood out as ones that are troublesome if you really oppose this nomination. For all intents and purposes, this is kind of a, standard Supreme Court confirmation hearing. However, Jay, and this is something I've been very, very insulted by as a man, because I feel for women. This is women erasure, okay? This is women erasure. No, not definition of what a woman is, but the fact that Ketanji Brown Jackson has yet to be accused of sexual assault and rape.
Right. Or even her motherhood questioned.
Or faith.
Or like
but
why does she have kids? I don't know if she has kids, but like why would she have black kids?
Why the hell would she have black kids, Jay?
This has to be questioned. And also
is Ketanji Brown Jackson having black kids to not look racist?
That's almost exactly what it is. And if you don't know, Jesse Kelly came out saying that he was raped by her. Whoa. Jesse Kelly.
Wow.
And so was some other people. They announced it on Twitter. They all did. They all announced that they've been raped. This is her being.
Is the FBI going to look into this?
It's her being credibly accused of rape.
Wow. And the fact that they're not bringing this up, this is why we'll never have equality.
That's exactly why we're not going to have equality.
Terrible. Now here's another Marshall. This is Marshall Blackburn asking Ketanji Brown Jackson a very simple question.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Sorry, I was going to stop playing it because I thought there was a tag at the end, but then it turned out that there was actually nothing.
Not trying to be a boomer, you still manage to be a boomer.
I know, right?
These are the talents and goals in life people wish they had.
It's obviously a shame, really. But Jay, how is it possible that a Supreme Court nominee, someone who is going to be judging cases on the highest court in the land, cannot answer the question of what is a woman and defers to saying, I'm not a biologist? How have we gotten to this fucking point?
Honestly, I think It's the infection of CRT in a lot of people's minds, and how it's been infected, and it's like a cultist ideology almost. So it's
Do
almost
you
like a
really think
religion.
CRT has anything to do with it, though?
I do. I really do. For her to say that she can't define a woman, then how is she going to go ahead as a lawyer or as a fucking judge, go ahead and preside on different cases pertaining to women's rights? When it
That is
came
a good
to
point, but I think like the
when it came to
CRT thing is separate.
no, it is a little separate, but they're going to change the language. You're going to see it happen here in a little bit. And when they talk about reproduction rights, women is not going to be in there anymore. They're
No.
not. It's going to be persons with cervixes or uteruses or whatever the fuck, birthing people. And you're going to see people like fucking Jackson going and using this language just so they can just adhere to CRT ideology. And it's very easy. If they asked her to find a woman, all she had to be is like Siraj Hashmi. Done. Over. That's all she had to do. Or at least just say me. I'm a woman. Done. What is she going to do again? What is she going to say after that? Other than Siraj Hashmi. There's nothing. There's nothing more. It's over. Prison Mitch, I wish she would have just asked, do you consider yourself a woman? Well, I mean, that gives her an out, of course, because people can identify with whatever they want. You know what I mean? I mean, the only other way that it can happen that you get labels put onto you is when people are in delusion, like Siraj Hashmi, of not being a woman.
Jay, if I was a woman, would I be able to go bare chested this way?
Yeah, have you seen other Indian and Pakistani women in that part of Asia? I don't know.
You bring up a fair argument, sir. You bring up a
yes.
fair argument.
Yes.
Eveline says the Habibi Power Hour is starting to look more and more like the beginning of a softcore gay porn.
Stay tuned for our announcement for OnlyFans, and you go ahead and see that for yourself.
And apparently, 10th Planet thinks I'm rocking the B cup right now. So,
it's a modest A. Let's not get ahead of myself.
Master Thief says yes, but you'd have to move from Rumble to OnlyFans, and that's going to be impossible to do.
We can't do that now. Absolutely not. We can't do that now. And I mean, what other thing? Like, keep it on Jackson for a little bit. Like, what I really like, what's really like bothering me a lot is that these fucking people, these like the journalists, the blue checks, and even the Democrats have the audacity to pretend that what the Republicans are doing. I mean, even if they are stupid questions, and some of them can be very stupid questions, that's fine. That it's anywhere near the level that Democrats went after Barrett or Kavanaugh. It's not even the same fucking atmosphere whatsoever. And I think people are deluding themselves and wanting to be delusional about it because they want to pretend like anything that happens to their people or them or whatever is the worst thing to ever happen to mankind whatsoever. And the way that Kavanaugh was treated, and I think what this is going to do is like reignite a lot of people's passion and flame over seeing how they treated Kavanaugh.
It's actually amazing how dug in people get during a court fight. If there was ever a time to really get energized, nothing energizes like a court fight. And what we're seeing right now is, I guess, a diet version of that, simply because we fully remember what happened to Brett Kavanaugh. We remember what happened to Amy Coney Barrett, although it was kind of a modicum of what happened to Kavanaugh. What happened to Kavanaugh was sincerely the worst. But people very well remember what happened to Clarence Thomas. And there have been movies, documentaries made about Clarence Thomas and how now the current president, Joe Biden, when he was chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, stalled a black man that would have been the first conservative black man to be on the Supreme Court. And it would have been one of those things where you have to question, is Joe Biden really a racist? Well, if you watch the hearing, which I didn't because I was maybe like 4 years old and had to watch basically everything else. Although, Jay, I think you watched it, right? Live?
Yeah,
Clarence Thomas?
absolutely. Clarence
Yeah.
Thomas? I was right there. I was right there. I was one of.
Did it Mary force you to watch it? You know, when she was a big lib, right?
She was a huge lib. She forced me to watch it, and she
lib.
was cheering on Biden. Like we had "Go Biden, go!"
Yeah.
Don't put
Go
this
Anita
black
Hill.
person on the court. Go Biden, go! Don't allow black people on the court. Go Biden,
Yeah.
go! So and this is not the first time he's been, attacking black people or being in front of a black person succeeding in a certain area or progressing within their own lives and professional careers. He's
And he
been
also
there.
stole a black woman from getting on the court as well. And I'm
Yes,
not
he
exactly
did.
sure which circuit it was, but it was a Bush nominee. And look, I don't know how Joe Biden keeps getting passes for this. All they do is talk about how much ice cream he's gobbling down his gourd, essentially.
100%. The reason why is because the media, the people in the media, for the majority of it, when it comes to Washington Post fact-checking dick facers or CNN fucking Daniel Dales or Jake Tapers or Brian Stelters or fucking Maggie Halberman, whatever the fucks, these guys are actual fucking donkeys. They are donkeys that are given directives and they go with their blinders on and looking for one thing only. They don't look for these. I mean, if Trump had an off recording and they jumped on it like it was the holy grail of shit. If Trump was in Biden's shoes right now and he had a video out there berating black people from succeeding in their careers and stuff, and also being with segregationists and calling them great fellows and buddies and all this type of shit, we wouldn't hear the end of it for 4 fucking years of his presidency. And we didn't when we saw that video.
Carl Ferris says Biden didn't attack a black man. Clarence Thomas didn't vote for Biden, so he ain't black. Man.
Touche, Carl.
No one can really say it better than that. Over on Rumble, Malo Balo Esquire says Supreme Kangaroo Court Justice nominee supports light sentences for potato files and cannot define women, and that's women spelled WOMYN. Strong pick from Giuseppe Biden, and then
Giuseppe Biden.
Molo Bolo Esquire follows up by saying, "This is haram. I unsubbed."
It's all haram.
All haram. Anthony Anderson says the Biden rule: if the lefties throw a fit, you can't acquit. Essentially,
100%. I like that. If the lefties throw a fit, you can't quit.